Hi everyone, it's Christina from the DIYmummy.com, and today I want to show you how to cover a blackout blind with fabric and give you a little tour of our guest bedroom. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel today. Thanks again for taking the time to pop in and see what's new. Today I wanted to show you one of my favorite DIYs. This is such a practical one because it's summertime, the kids don't sleep very well when it's light outside, so I love to use blackout shades. One way that I like to make them fun and more interesting is by covering them with fabric, and I want to show you one of the ways that I've done that. I also want to give you a little bit of a tour of our guest bedroom in our guest house, and this is where I've done this covered shade, so I thought it would be kind of fun to show you around this little room as well. Let's get started. Before we built our home, we lived in what I call our garage house for about 7 years, and we decided to make it into a guest house. So this is what it looked like before. We lived in here for 7 years before we built our own home. I loved these kind of dark, rich colors, and as you can see, we've just kind of used it for storage, and it's gotten dirty and messy. So now we're just going to give it a little bit of a renovation. So far, I have the entry finished, and I think it looks really cool. We're kind of going for this black and white farmhouse feel. And I've just completed the bedroom. So we have one small little bedroom in this cottage. Here the bedroom is before, and here is how the bedroom looks now. So again, we have kind of this really cool black and white farmhouse feel. Really simple, really kind of country chic. And we have this really gorgeous fabric that I found from onlinefabricstore.net. So we have this really big buffalo plaid check, and then we also have that towel that you see on the pillow. And one of the great features in here is this blackout shade. So it's practical because it blocks out the sun when you need to sleep in the summer, and it also looks super chic with this fabric on top. So I want to show you how to make a fabric covered blackout shade just like this. So for this project, you need a blackout shade cut to size, 1.5 yards of lightweight 56-inch minimum wide fabric, scissors, ruler, and a glue gun. First, press and place the fabric right side down, and then roll the blind right side down over top of your fabric. Now you're going to want to center the blind over the fabric just like this, and leave about 2 inches of extra fabric at the bottom of the blind, and about 1 inch of fabric on either side of the blind. So my fabric I did not have to trim. You might have to trim your fabric. Next, take your glue gun and fold the bottom fabric edge up over the blind and glue it in place. Now I like to keep my line of glue really close to that raw edge of the fabric. And you're just going to go along and glue it into place just like this. Just make sure you keep your fabric nice and straight and taut as you glue along. Now fold the side corner of the fabric in, and I'll show you a little later how I do this. And then you're going to glue the sides of your fabric onto the blind with your glue gun, just like you did to the bottom of the fabric. So here's how I like to do my corners. I just kind of fold the corner in like a triangle like this, and then I glue that long edge of the triangle, fold it in like this, so we kind of have that nice little miter looking edge on the back of the blind, just in case you see that back of the blind. Once the bottom and the sides are glued on your blind, flip the shade to its right side, and then you just glue down the top edge just like this. So you're just kind of slipping your glue gun in between the fabric and the shade, just to kind of hold it down so that it stays in place. And then just kind of pat and smooth the whole thing out and wait for it to cool. Once the glue has set and cooled, roll the whole thing up and do it really carefully and really slowly so that you keep the whole blind nice and straight. Finally, hang that blind up in your window, and then I like to give it a few test runs up and down just to kind of get it working. So you might have to pull it up and down. You may even have to re-roll your blind if you need to get it a little bit straighter, just to kind of get the whole thing working. And if you use enough lightweight fabric, it will work, and it will work really great. So now we have this gorgeous covered blind that's also functional. And here's another look at the whole cottage bedroom. I'm really happy with it, and I will put a link below to these fabrics that I used from onlinefabricstore.net. Thank you so much for giving me these fabrics to try out. I love them. Thanks so much for watching my DIY and tour. I hope you found that helpful and that it inspired you to make your own fabric covered blackout shade. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that. Thanks again, and I will see you next week. Bye.